I hope you're happy, like the way you used to be when we would talk about the future.
Alright, well you guys seem to really enjoy the last skateboard grip tape video that I made, so I'm here. I got another board set up, so I'm going to make another grip tape video. So I got this 8.5 inch 9x shop deck. The art is done by a local artist, Daniel. His Instagram is @beanmash. It's really sick. It's got a whole, but it's like kind of like a flash sheet. And it's got like a teal, is that teal? I don't know. Teal top sheet, which is good because we're gonna do a custom rip job. And I already know kind of how I want to do the grip tape, so I'm gonna kind of explain that to you guys. So the last two boards that I've skated, this was the previous one that I skated before the one that I'm skating right now. Has this like surfboard stringer to like these mountain rip-esque things. So it's gonna be, I'm gonna try to do the stringer again. And then the last board that we skated, the grip tape videos from, I just like this, the rips better on this one than that one. It's like, it's more natural looking. So I'm gonna try to do like a stringer to about like 2/3 of the way down, and then the bottom third I'm gonna do like arrow feathers coming up from the bottom to a point in the middle. So to get started, we got our sheet of Mob grip tape here. Mob is the only grip tape that you should be riding. Just kidding, you can ride whatever you want, but Mob is my personal favorite. So the first thing we're gonna do is just cut it right in half. We got the board on the ground, and we have our knife here, and we're just gonna cut it right in half. Don't worry about it being completely perfect, because it doesn't have to be. You can just flip it around so that you have the two like machine cut sides to be this straight. But so there you go. You got your two half sheets. I cut it really good actually, so but you don't have to. It can be jagged and messed up. Then you can just flip it so that like the two machine cut sides make the line instead of the one that you messed up. Alright, so we've got your things cut in half now. The next step that's gonna make it a lot easier to rip is I'm gonna throw them in the freezer for like 15 minutes, and what that's gonna do, it's gonna make the glue more brittle, so it'll be easier to rip, and it won't sort of peel. So here, I'll show you an example of like the peeling. It's not that big of an issue, but there's like certain spots, like right there, where it peeled, and then there's another one right there. And I just want to avoid that, so I'm gonna throw it in the freezer for a few minutes, and then take it out once the glue has become more brittle. These boards are from my local shop, 9x. I'll link their website in the description below if you want to pick one up. They're shop board price, so you're not going to be spending extra money on a pro board, and they are just as high quality. However many ply, Canadian maple, really nice, no warp, it's good stuff. So yeah, if you want one, you can buy one from the website in the description below. Alright, the grip's been in the freezer for about 10 minutes now, and even just 10 minutes will help the glue just become a little bit more brittle and easier to rip. So that's the only reason we did that. Next step, we have the board down on the ground, and we're just gonna see whereabouts we want the rips to start. So we got our two pieces. And I'm gonna start them like right here, so I'm literally just gonna rip it. to start off. Alright, so these ones we're going to rip into a bunch more pieces, and those ones we're going to stick on the board in a minute. Okay, so we're just going to keep these in order but move them aside because we don't need them to start. Just push them out of the way. And first thing we're going to do is put the 2 strips on the nose. So make sure you have the nose. Somebody's going to be mad that I just moved the skateboard on the ground like that. I don't care. I just want to try to line it up so it hits the middle. And usually skateboards have a little indentation. See if we can see this. It's right there, and that basically is the middle of the board, so it makes it really easy to line up the middle stringer. It also indicates which one is the nose and the tail. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so we got our first piece. Don't be afraid if you don't get it down. It peels up pretty easy, especially if it's a little cold. Okay. Second piece going down. Okay, so we got it started now. Alright, so here's the finished product before we cut it out. It's not super duper straight. It kind of bends in a little bit, but I'm okay with that. I don't really care. If that bothers you, maybe try harder or just don't do custom grip tape because it's never going to be exactly perfect. It might be, but the chances are higher that you'll mess it up a little bit than it is that they'll be exactly perfect. But it still looks sick in my opinion. So we're just gonna file down the side and cut it out, and then we'll see what it looks like when it's cut out. Okay, so I moved outside to file down the edges because I didn't want to get a whole bunch of gritty sand all over my room. But basically this part is really easy. You just take a file, or in my case I'm using the back side, the dull side of my knife, because I don't really care to get a file. You're just gonna make like an outline around the outside of the board.
The world hate cause it's mine now. I can really sleep, I got bags on my mind now. Look at the stars every time that I lie down. I was in the dirt, got some wings, I'll be flying now. The world hate cause it's mine now. I don't wanna die, I feel alive. Look up at my eyes and feel the vibe. I'm done talking.
See, the outline of the board is there now, so we're just gonna go around and cut the board out. You know, like a normal sequel.
Ain't it crazy I'm there from silence? Take a look through my eyes and be timeless. I can't really sleep, I got bags on my mind now. Look up at the stars every time that I lie down. I was in the dirt, got some wings, I'll be flying now. The world hate cause it's mine now. I can't really sleep, I got bags on my mind now. Look up at the stars every time that I lie down. I was in the dirt, got some wings, I'll be flying now. The world hate cause it's mine now. By myself, I
there it is in its final form. The last thing you're going to want to do is just sand around the outside and then sand over the parts that you ripped, just to keep it from lifting up. So just take a little piece of leftover grip tape, just go around the outside.
So I know it's real. Big times, never really big on the inside. Seem like you lost your mind on the outside. It's okay, I'm getting by, fine without mine. I can't really sleep, I got bags on my mind now. Look up at the stars every time that I lie down. I was in the dirt, got some wings, I'll be fine now. The world hate cause it's mine now.